If you've existed on the internet for any little time and are interested in words in any capacity, you've probably come across this phrase, Proto Indo European. Proto Indo European gets a mention in any materials that are even vaguely etymological in nature. Even Forbes uses it in reference to the Wordle solution. So what is Proto Indo European exactly? Well, first and foremost, it's not a language, not as we understand them today. Proto Indo European, or PIE, is a speculative piece of scholarship. It is a reconstructed language hypothesized to have been used somewhere between 6500 BC and 3500 BC in an area called the Pontic Steppe. Scholars have taken surviving written resources from languages that we know about and speculated backwards from these to posit the existence of proto-languages. And it's important to note two things at this point. First is we have no direct evidence of any of these proto-languages. They are hypothesized from later data. And the second is that these proto-languages cover very long time spans. And this map gives a pretty good indication of what I'm talking about. We have Proto-Indo-European and the later Proto-Slavic, both of which are postulated languages, but there's 1,000 years difference between their timelines. And Proto-Germanic is still even later. We have no direct sources for any of this language material. These roots are hypothesized, which you can tell because of the asterisks in front of each of them. The asterisk indicates that this is a speculative root. There's no direct source material for this word. It has been hypothesized backwards from surviving written records in subsequent later, and sometimes much later, languages. And you'll notice when you look at these very attractive charts that accounts for most of the central data. PIE roots are hypothetical, and they're based on layers of hypothesis, which are based on layers of hypothesis. And to be clear, it is not my intent to throw shade on the very significant body of work that is Proto-Indo-European. Rather, I want to call attention to the fact that this is a particular type of scholarship that has, by hook or by crook, transgressed beyond the realm of its applicability in the public consciousness. And though charts like these look super cool, and are indeed the product of a lot of scholarship, they do not mean that there is a single root for all of these words. Rather, that this is a proposed origin story. And there are a couple of other significant details at play here, too. Firstly, the proposed time frame for the Proto-Indo-European language is generally given as 2,000 years, with some scholars suggesting that it could be even longer. So it's deeply unlikely that there was only one language being used by the people in this region at the time. Additionally, subsequent archaeological and anthropological evidence has indicated that there were other peoples in the Pontic Steppe. So the idea that there was a single language is unlikely. It's more probable that there were multiple languages, or even multiple varieties of multiple languages. So please don't let me drown your enthusiasm for etymologies, or for searching for the origin of our language, or even for drawing cool maps and graphs. But rather I hope that this video will help you be better equipped to approach PIE as a body of scholarship, and so that when you encounter references to Proto-Indo-European in the wild, such as in this article from Stars Insider, you'll be able to more easily recognize that that cited Proto-Indo-European root, men in quotation marks, is a misrepresentation of the body of literature. The diacritics and the asterisk are very important, and there's a whole lot of unknown in the PIE universe.